Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today let's talk about August. I am really excited for the month of August for my reading because I'm going to be doing some fun things. I do have kind of a lot going on at one time for this, but I think that I can make it work. So we're going to try. All right, so I'm going to start with two books that I know for sure I'm going to be reading, and then the rest we'll get into. I definitely know I'm going to be reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. This is book number 3 in her Throne of Glass series, and I am rereading this series. Well, actually, I'm rereading everything I've read so far and then continuing on and finishing the series this year. I am doing the Throne of Glass read-along that is being hosted by Cassie and Brittany. So I will leave the Twitter page link down below if you guys are interested in joining in, or if you just want to reread some of the books or whatever. I am a month behind on this. So this month is technically supposed to be Queen of Shadows, but I'm on Heir of Fire, so it's okay. I'm not stressed about being a book behind. Like I can easily make that up. So, but this is going to be definitely very early this month. I'm going to be reading this one. This is one of the longer books. This is when the books start getting longer in the series, but I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. This will be a reread for me. However, the first time I read it, I listened to it on audiobook, and that is when I kind of realized that fantasy books in audio form do not work well for me because I missed a lot of details, a whole lot. So I need to read physically fantasy. I can't listen to them on audiobook. But I'm very excited to get back in here. The other book that I am reading, Game of Thrones. Now, I sat here and said, I want to finish the series, watching the series before I start the books, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. I can read the first book and not have anything spoiled for me, obviously, because I'm into season 7 right now. It's something that I can probably definitely finish this month, I think. So, but I am going to start reading the book. I have it tabbed out because I'm going to be reading this with Brittany from the Continuing Chronicles, who has a fantastic Instagram. I'll leave her link down below. But we are going to read this together, and we are very intimidated and excited at the same time. I'm really excited now that I've watched the show, and Brittany has seen it as well. I think that it's going to be much easier for me to read and understand this. I have the characters in my head. I know what they look like. I know which houses they belong to. I kind of know their relationships already. So I think reading this first book is going to be easier than I thought it would be, especially already having seen the show. So, but yeah, I'm very excited. Do not spoil anything, please. Even for the show, I'm not done with it yet. I'm still in season 7, but oh my gosh, have I been obsessed with that show. So, yeah. But this will definitely be read. We're going to take the entire month of August to read it. We're reading, I think it was like 18 chapters a week. So it's going to be a process. We're not trying to speed through it. We're going to take the entire month. But yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so for everything else this month, all right. So the NEWTS is in the month of August. However, the NEWTS is going to be something that's kind of on the back burner for me. It's going to be kind of, if I can fit things into the challenges I need, then that's fine. I'm not going to concentrate on it. The reason is I have another project in mind this month that I really want to do before the fall semester starts for school for me, because I'm taking another literature class and I'll probably be having to do a lot of assigned reading. So I wanted to kind of take the month of August and do this fun little experiment that I've been wanting to do for a while. And it's kind of my last chance to do it for the year. So because of that, I decided NEWTS can be kind of there. I have the printout. I have my choice of career, and I have starred next to the things that I would need. And it's just going to be, you know, if I can make anything that I'm reading fit into these, then that's great. If not, this is all fake, so it doesn't really matter, right? It's not a big deal. It's not something I'm fully concentrating on. But I do want to be a librarian, so I'm going to have that. I have everything starred that I would need, and it would be a total of 7 books if I make all the grades that I need to for that career path. So the tricky thing is going to be, you know, doing it in order, because you have to have your class and do it in order. We'll see if I can make it work. If not, no big deal, but I do have it kind of on hand to, you know, see if I can make that work or not. The other thing I'm doing in the month of August is the Netgalley review-a-thon, and it's something that popped up like right when it started, and I was like, wait, what is this? It actually started January 22nd and goes through the end of August, and it's the review-a-thon. So it's like a read-a-thon that they're hosting to get you to read your Netgalley books and review as many as you can within the month. I was like, I'm going to do that because I posted recently a video of all of my NetGalley books, and I have a lot, and I would like to make a dent in that. You know, they do encourage you to have a high percentage of, you know, books that you're receiving versus books that you're reviewing. My percentage starting out this readathon is a 43. I'd like to bump that up quite a bit. They recommend having 80%, and I'm not there. I'm only halfway there. So I do plan to have a NetGalley book continuously happening throughout the month. So I'm reading one right now. I'm reading The Couple Next Door by Sherry LaPena. What's her name? LaPena? Yeah, Sherry LaPena. I'm reading that right now. That's my first one that I'm doing. And then as soon as I finish that, I'll pick another one, and I'm just going to keep going. And like, that's what I'm going to be reading consistently on my Kindle every day, making sure I read a little bit every day on my Kindle, all NetGalley books. So that's also going, not something that I'm like stressing out and hyper focused on at all, but it's just something I'm going to keep going throughout the month and see how many I can do. Now, for the main bulk of my reading this month is a little experiment that I've wanted to do for a while. I've been thinking about it for a while, and that is having social media pick my reads. So social media is going to be picking the bulk of my TBR this month. And the way that I want to do this is I'm probably going to mostly use Instagram, and I'm going to scroll through Instagram. I'm going to, scroll through my feed. I follow a lot of bookstagrammers. I follow a lot of publishers, people that post about books all the time. And I'm going to, just scroll through, and then the first book that pops up that is a physical TBR book that I have, that I own, I'm going to read that book. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's an ARC. It doesn't matter if it was released 10 years ago. I'm going to read that book next. And then when I'm just about done finish that book, I'm going to scroll again, and then the next one that pops up. So it's not going to be something where every time I pick up my phone, I'm picking another TBR book. No, I don't have enough time for that, obviously. But, I'm going to pick one right now. Actually, we're going to do it on camera together, and I'll pick my first book. And then when I'm really close to finishing that particular book, I'll pick up my phone again. And the next time I start scrolling, I will pick the next book. So it's going to be something that, when I get to the end of that one, then I'll pick the next one, that type of thing, however many days later that's going to be. So I hope that makes sense. I do have a few rules here. Now, I had to make sure that it wasn't going to be something that was going to stack up and be crazy unattainable. So the first rule is it has to be something that I own. It can't be something that I need to go buy or go to the library or do anything. I have to have it physically on my shelves. I would rather have it physically on my shelves because I'm going to be reading NetGalley books on my Kindle. So even if it's something I have on my Kindle, I'd rather get rid of some physical books versus my Kindle books, because Kindle is going to be NetGalley only. So I don't want to, be going simultaneously on my Kindle. So have to own it, has to be on my shelves physically. If it is a part of a series, if a series is featured, then I will just read the next book in that series that I need to read, whether it's the first one starting out because it's a series that I have, or if it's the next book in a series. If Jay Kristoff posts something about Dark Dawn, I need to read God's Grave first, which is number 2 in that series. So I can go, and that would be my next pick if that's the next one that pops up in my feed. So I hope that makes sense. The third rule is it has to be something where, if there's a big stack of books that's featured, if I own 3 books in that stack, I'm going to move on to another picture. It needs to be something where it's one specific book and that's it. I don't want to have to make any decisions. I don't want to have to, pick between 3 or 4 or whatever. So it would be better and more ideal if I have, one post that's one book, and that's very easy. It's just one book and that's it. But if I have a post that features 3 books and I own one of the 3 that I haven't read yet, then that's easy as well. So I kind of need to, use a little bit of my discretion on that. If I scroll through and there's a stack of 10 books, I'm like, nope, I'm not even going to look through that stack. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So I'll just keep scrolling until I find one that's like a single book or something a little bit easier for me to pick from. I hope that makes sense. That's how I plan to do it. We're going to go through my Instagram feed right now, and we're going to see which is the first book that's going to be on my TBR for the month of August for this project. I have not looked at Instagram yet today, so this will be all brand new for today, and we'll see which one pops up, and I hope that makes sense for you. I will also take snapshots, screenshots of all of the posts that determine my books, and then I will show them in my wrap up. So you'll be able to see which posts inspired which books that I read. So right now we are going to record my screen. I've never done this before, so I hope this works well. So I will put it over here, and okay, hopefully you can see what I'm doing, getting into Instagram. All right, so first one has 3 books. This is from Bookables. I don't own any of those, so that's not going to work. You're going to see some random stuff here. I don't have that book. Don't have that book. Don't have any of those books. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be scrolling. See, this is way too many books right here. Like, I'm not going to go through all those. You're going to see some of my friends. It's Jessica. Okay. Renegades by Marissa Meyer from Books with Alyssa J. So I own this book, and this is the first book in a series. I think there's 2 out now, and there's going to be a 3rd coming out as well. But I do own this book, and I have not read it. All right, so Renegades by Marissa Meyer is going to be my first read for the month of August, or for this part of the month of August. So that is what is going to be happening here. Ooh, this is a big one, guys. Ooh, it's big, but it's young adult. It's kind of like, you know, big margins, words are kind of big. So, okay, like it's a bigger book, but it is over 500 pages. It's actually 552. So, we're starting off with a bang. Yeah, but I think this will probably go pretty quickly, I think. But I'm excited to read it. I have it. I bought it. So obviously I'm excited to read it. Yeah, so this will be the first book that is on my social media picks my TBR type thing. And we will start with this. And then when I get to, you know, like start getting really towards the end, maybe the last 50 pages or so, then I will scroll again, and I will pick, as soon as I pick up my phone, and whichever next post has a book that I own that I can read, that will be my next pick. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you need any further explanation, but I think that makes sense. That's how I plan to do it. And I'm excited to see what it picks for me. All right, so that's kind of a lot. That is social media picking my TBR. So I really don't know what I'm going to be reading, which is kind of exciting. The NEWTS is going to be on the back burner if I could possibly fit these in somewhere, somehow. And the NetGalley readathon for reviewing books. I'm going to try to review as many as I can. I don't have a goal for that or anything. It's just concentrate on some Netgalley books for a while. That'll probably be my nighttime reading, because I like to read on my Kindle in bed, because I can turn off my light, my husband can sleep, and I can read. And then the Air of Fire and Game of Thrones. So that's not too bad. And actually, let's see if Renegades works for any of my NEWTS. Oh, I can tell you also that Air of Fire and Throne of Glass work for my NEWTS too, because I need to read a fantasy and a book that includes a map, and both of those fit that. That's for History of Magic, and then that's one class down. So those will fit for that. So I do have those prompts. The other 2 that this would need to fit under is either read a book recommended by a friend. Alyssa J recommended that, obviously, on her Instagram. So I could definitely count that. And a book that's black under the dust jacket. Those are the first 2 that I would need to complete. But this is not black. This is blue, I believe. Blue and red. Yeah, well, blue. Yep, it's blue. So it's not black under the dust jacket. So it's black on the inside of the dust jacket, but that's not what it said. Yeah, so it wouldn't count for that, but I could count this as recommended because she posted it on her Instagram. So she's showing it off and featuring it and everything. So I think I can count it for that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that's how the NEWTS are going to work. Just whenever I pick a book next, is it going to work for any of these? We'll see. Okay, guys, that is it. Those are my plans for the month of August. Woo! It's a lot, but I am also very excited about it. I'm really excited to see what social media picks for me. It's something that I hope I can kind of incorporate a little bit more often into my reading, depending on how the month goes. But that's going to be the bulk of my TBR, and I just don't know what those are going to be yet. I would not have picked up Renegades right now if I hadn't just scrolled through Instagram to find it. So it's pretty awesome. Okay, let me know down below what you guys are going to be reading for the month of August. I would love to know, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.